Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Shout out to our radio partners, Fluent Media Network, Philly Jams 95.3, and Indie 101.5. Tonight's show is powered by Live Long Health, Paris Ice Bar, Copajn Vodka, Fiya Infusions, and Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Be sure to tap in with us every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Oh, honey, and don't forget, the MzMetchi Show comes on every Monday at 11 a.m. It's showtime. Let's get it.
Yo, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I know what you should be doing. I'm the pride of the Eastside DJ MH Tutter, and you need to tune into the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi.
Yo, what's happening in? What's happening in? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi, and I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Oh, Fabo!
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in, and right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi. All right, hey man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm getting my drink on. Y'all already know we listening to James Artisan, okay? It's on the Blueprint Live playlist. Let's go. I just gotta let the chorus play real quick. Cause we taking this. We taking it's the Blueprint Live Thursday. I'm about to say Friday. I'm too excited. Let me stop because, baby, I have a whole dance party in here. It's been one of those weeks. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Happy Thursday, wherever you are. I want to say thank you so much to anyone that's tuning in with me on Facebook as well as the YouTube page. You all make sure that after tonight's show, everyone that I mentioned this evening will be hyperlinked to the Facebook page as well as YouTube. So do me a favor, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube page. Just hit the little bell. It costs you nothing to hit the little bell to go ahead and subscribe, okay? And then, of course, on Facebook, make sure that you all are following the Blueprint Media Company as well as everyone that I mentioned tonight, including my very special guest. And y'all know I've been bringing y'all some heat. Okay, we closed out October. It was a lot going on, and now, we're opening. We're gonna be going into November, but we gotta get it going because it's almost the end. We have to tail end, but tonight's special guest, I'm gonna tell y'all who I got in my virtual back lounge right now. She said, "I can't see you, girl." Well, I think I'm on here. Elajah, you can see me, right? Hold up the thumbs up if you can see. Okay, T. We're gonna check the connections. Okay, let's check our Wi-Fi. Let's get it going. And of course, shout out to my auntie. She is tuning in. What's up, girl? It's Scorpio season, and she just celebrated her 64th birthday yesterday. So y'all clap it up for Auntie Tracy. Y'all know that she is the #1 stunner over here on the Blueprint Live. Now, my goodness, tonight's topic. I'll tell y'all this before we shout out everybody else, but look, it's something that I want to discuss, okay? Becoming the main character in your own story. I'm talking to the people tonight that have gotten away from the fact that you are the main character in your story. We're going to talk about it on tonight's topic. Now, shout out to my radio partners, Fluent Media Network, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Swag Her. Okay, you all can find the Blueprint Live on any of their platforms. We got a little mix of internet radio, FM radio, as well as online. So please, if you all missed any part of tonight's interview or anything, make sure that you all follow my media partners because they're gonna get you on the replay on the back end. And of course, the Blueprint Live is available anywhere that you listen to your favorite shows or podcasts. So get into them. And of course, last but not least, where would we be without our amazing sponsors? Copajn, please believe. My cup, my Blueprint cup. Y'all see my little cup? Baby, the pimp cup. I I got some Copajn in my cup. So you all make sure that you are following Copajn Vodka. Of course, shout out to Live Long Health, Pretty Curvy Savage, Paris Ice Bar, and Fiya Infusions. Again, everyone that I mentioned tonight, you all will be able to go to their page, support, and get live updates of where you can find each of these brands throughout the Chicagoland area and beyond. And baby, with Copajn, we're taking it to a whole nother level. Now, tonight, I'm really, really excited because you all know, well, for one, let's say this with Copajn. Copajn was able to, a few months ago, was able to bridge, bringing different entities together. And during that time, I was able to meet my special guest tonight, Elajah Esco. Okay, and let me tell you this. I am a girl's girl through and through, and I love when I meet the other girls, and they are girls too. I'm just like, oh, we girls. Like, and just when you find your girl, she is, I mean, content creation in media. I mean, she is on the scene. Like, y'all trying to figure out where the scene is. Elajah Esco is on the scene, but when I met her, it was like instant. I'm just like, baby, we tried, and I'm not letting you go, and you ain't letting me go. And I'm so excited for her to come on tonight because she has a really special project that she just launched recently. And this is for my people that wear your crayons, wear your markers. Y'all like to color a little bit? Yes, I am 37 years old, and I will sit here with a drink, and I like to color. I sit here with a few other things too, but we just gonna focus on the liquor today with the coloring book, y'all. She has a project, and I'm going to bring her on here shortly to talk about it, but I got to get it prepped for my girl because my girl coming home, okay? This is family right here. But tonight's special guest is a really good friend of mine. I mean, if you all were at the Link to Lit brunch, Elajah was with me. She was there. You saw her with her camera. You might have even been included in the recap for the event. I don't know. Check the page. Because, again, everybody that's mentioned tonight, you're going to follow them. Let me look in the camera. You're going to follow them. But my special guest tonight is Elajah Esco. Elajah, you ready for me? I think she's ready. Let me bring on my special guest. Hey, girl.
Hey, boo.
How are you?
I'm great. How you feeling?
I'm doing so good. It's so good to see you again. Look, we already done powwow, but for the people.
I was going to say, it's always a good time when we together.
Always. I mean, sis, first off, I'm so glad that you was able to join me because, baby, you've been on the move.
Girl, it's nonstop. This content is a everyday thing to stay on top of algorithm and trends. So, yeah, on the move.
So, look, Elajah, I'm going to ask you some questions tonight, that I haven't had an opportunity to even ask you just as we've been getting to, know each other and everything. But I really want to know what got you into content creation. Like, was it always something that you wanted to do, or did it just kind of like spring on you? What was that process?
You know what? My first love is actually writing. I grew up writing a lot, writing fiction stories. Like, I love sci-fi, so I used to write like mock Hunger Games type of stories.
Okay.
And then I also like to travel. I've been traveling since I was like 18. Like, I got the chance to do like a culture exchange. But I guess it boiled down to, in all serious note, like I got discriminated against when I was in college. I didn't go too far. I won't name the school. It's a great school in itself, but I didn't go too far. It was a school in Indiana.
Oh gosh.
But yes, there are a lot of stereotypes you get coming from Chicago. And so throughout my years trying to get people to understand me, I figured out like the easiest way to do that is to share information, and especially share like visual knowledge. Yeah. And so that kind of led me into content creation, so I could tell the real story of me and the real story of my city.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Now, with your storytelling, it involves like foods and the arts and just different things. When you were kind of going into it, because I do content too, but like I do like beauty and fashion and all of that. Going in and kind of like showing things in that space, did you have to narrow it down as far as like, okay, I'm going to focus on this, or do you, were you okay with the fact that it was multiple things?
I do. I think I got a little ADD, girl. I'm a little everywhere. I want to do everything I see. Like I said, fashion, food, travel, working out,
Yeah.
everything. But I did have to kind of dwindle it down into like what's the most important and resonates with me the most. And it was food.
Now, Elajah, I'll say this. You know what I really, really love about your reviews? Because look, Elajah got the places where y'all can go to get y'all grub on, okay?
Period.
You don't just show the food and the atmosphere, but you give some very honest reviews of those
Yes,
places.
I'll get to the nitty-gritty of it.
Okay, so look, now I gotta ask you this, because I know also with doing content creation, sometimes you don't want to like say anything that could be, like perceived bad. You give it to us raw, but in a very professional type of way. So have you ever like run into anything where the actual businesses that you were highlighting, they're like, girl, why are you telling these people this?
It's so funny you brought that up. I kind of had that recently. I also want to be messy and maybe blast them right here, but it's on my page. They invited me out and the service was terrible, just to kind of put it plainly. I mean, like hours wait. I mean, food cold. Just I said they told me to come. So yeah, I do get those.
Oh my goodness. So I gotta know, what draws you to some of the places that you go to give us the content to let us know where to go? Like what are some of those things?
I like places that have a good story. I usually actually like try to get in touch with the business owner, the restaurant owner first, to kind of talk and chop it up with them before I even get to the place. Because I want to know like more about them and actually like what inspired them to cook and open this place and the story behind the whole business. So that's usually.
Okay. Now, do you have a favorite so far? Because, whenever I have a guest on, they have to always pick a favorite. So if any place that you reviewed or showed us, like which one is like, this is the one I'm coming back?
Oh, I gotta always shout out my guys at FH Jerk God. They got one in Bolingbrook and one here in the city. It's amazing. Always amazing.
Where's the one in the city?
It's on like 51st around Hyde Park.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Girl.
Okay.
I just had, I think, some lamb chops the other day, mac and cheese. It was so good. I love them.
Look, you got me. Well, outside of content creation, you've also created a work of art yourself. So can you tell my listeners about your Color Me Chicago? Like the just talk to us about the book. I'm loving it.
So yeah, man, Color Me Chicago is a culmination of pretty much all the work you've been seeing for years. I started content creating kind of when I got out of college. I'll say I took it serious like 2 years ago. And so 2 years of work of like remember restaurants and, things like that ended up into a book. And like I said, it's made with a lot of love, a lot of personal recommendations. I never steer you. And so you can use it as a travel guide. You can use it for stress relief. Like I said, it's literally me in Chicago in a book combined.
I love that. And you know what? I love to color. I was just telling them that before I brought you on. So, and people, I feel like that as we get older, some of the things that we used to do when we were younger, we need that as adults, like a nap during the day. But I'm like, I'll do the coloring book. I'll do that instead.
No, I think coloring is like an underrated stress relief tool. Like I know a lot of people know about the journaling and meditation, yoga, but coloring, seriously, even I found out, I was like, oh wow, this really works. I'm really like at peace when I can just color, like I said, have my drink and just take like 30 minutes to myself.
Now, you've given us a little bit of a preview of some of the pages. I have to say, one of my favorite ones was the one which for JJ's Fish.
Yes, I love JJ's. JJ's had to make it in there.
I thought it was so cute. So, when you were putting everything together, Elajah, for the coloring book, as far as when people bought it, whether if it was for children or for up to an adult, what did you kind of want people to leave with? As far as after they kind of go from the first page into the end?
I wanted people to leave hungry. That was like my biggest thing. I wanted you to go through this book and feel inspired to eat. I wanted you to leave feeling inspired to try something new. I got this not so you can necessarily go to places that you've already been. I wanted to really spark that feeling of adventure that I always have. You know, that feeling of I want to try something. You know, I want to be out and explore. So that's really what I want people to like take away.
Okay. And look, David, so look, he asked a question. I'm gonna get to the couple comments while I have you, Elajah. He said, what's her favorite restaurant right now? She said FH Jerk Guy, but you know, Elajah, can you give us like a top 5 as far as like what's the hottest restaurants? Will it, you know, if FH Jerk, we'll keep them as number 1, but like what are some other recommendations you can give us?
So some other recommendations, he says my go-tos. There's a great restaurant called Asion Bistro in Hyde Park. That's another one of my go-tos for a sit-down restaurant.
Grabs Pan.
Yes, Hare's Golf and Shrimp, really good seafood spot. You know, fried shrimp, fried fish.
Okay.
Love them. Docks, again, if you know Chicago, you know Docks. So
you know Docks
in there. And one more, you know, for the real ghetto loot to go. I love Chinese food. Yes, I actually get my Chinese food from a place called China Express. It's on Wentworth. It's connected to a gas station. But trust me when I say it is, but you know, sometimes the best food be connected to that gas station. So trust me, like I said, China Express, 47th and Wentworth, great, like broccoli and beef, egg foo young. Amazing.
Okay. Look, she putting us on, so y'all better look. Get in your cars. Hey, Nisha, what's going on? Okay, y'all, we got Nourish Me in the house. Girl, I got my Nourish Me on now. You see, I'm skin glowing. Skin. She said they have a coloring book app on the iPad, and she loves it. Yeah, coloring is fun to me. Girl, I'll sit here with my, like I said, my little drink, preferably Copajn, soft plug. But I will sit here and just have my crayons. I literally look, girl, I got marker. It's real.
Yes, it's real. And I also want to like stress that I do really want men to also use this. Please don't feel ashamed of coloring. As you know, as you just said, it's unisex. It's so peaceful. Like, please, men out there, like get this book, get some food recs, and have a blast.
As you've been promoting, have you found that like men are kind of like, I don't color? Because I'm curious to that.
You know, I filmed a commercial that's going to be coming out shortly for it. And it's mainly guys in there because I had the same thought in mind. And they told me like, oh, I use it like this, but I wouldn't necessarily color in it. You know, I put on my coffee table. But then when I did the commercial and it was actually coloring in it, they was like, oh, I actually like this. Like they didn't want to stop. I'm like, yeah, sir. Like it's
right.
Good for you.
Like you can color too. You used to do it in like when we were younger. You can do it now.
You can do it now.
And look, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, Elajah. For me, doing it now is way better than when we were kids because I like this. I always like to stay in the lines, girl. I would like even when I was younger. So now I like to do my little outlines, and I have time to do it the way that I want to. So I'll be purchasing my car. Definitely. Now, I didn't get a chance to like really talk to you after the brunch, but I was so happy to have you be a part of it. So thank you again.
Your brunch was amazing. I was happy to be there. It was awesome.
We had a ball. And you know, what I really liked, and I was telling them a little bit before I brought you on, is that, you know, you are all about collaboration and just like really putting on for our city, for the culture and everything. So it's always easy to really align and do really dope things, you know, with your friends when they're doing that too. And I wanted to know if you could speak a little bit about just how collaborating and, you know, really highlighting something that's of our own, our city, just how that's impacted you being a creator.
This collaboration is the easiest way, not only to get somewhere, it's just the easiest way, like I said, to build that network, that family. I mean, anything you're looking for usually will come through collaboration. Like there's so many times that I've met somebody or gone to an event and something else has came out of that from me collaborating with people. And It's like I said, it's just so much fun. Like I'm a people person. I love getting to know people, and like I said, building that network. As I said, we're trying to build Black Wall Street over here. Me and my team. We keep saying it. This is Black Wall Street. So the only way we're going to do that is if we do it together.
That's right. That's right. And look, the conglomerates are building, and I love it. I feel, it really is. It really is. We're coming together the way that we need to. And I mean, you coming back for the next one, right?
Of course.
Yeah, I already got the date. I've been letting people know, like, low key, I'm just like, if you want to be a part, this is what we're looking at. Yeah, I literally put it on the calendar, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm like, it's not even 2026 yet.
Oh my God, girl, time is going so fast. But let me know so I can put it in my calendar.
I will. I'll send that out. I'll be sending out something officially, but I'll send it to you early because I definitely you gotta come back with it. But so Elajah, you outside of just all of the things that you do, you tip a lot of different hats, sis. And with doing content creation, I gotta ask this because I ran into it myself personally.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep everything fresh with, like, you're balancing all of the different things that you're doing and that you're putting out to the public? How do you kind of hold that balance and not go stale, right? And then I don't know, just not burning out, because it's a lot being a creator. It's a lot.
It is, and it's a lot to just to be honest, it's a lot to compare yourself to. It's a lot of high aspirations. It's a lot of distractions. And so the easiest way I learned that keeps me focused and from being burnt out is I create content that I want to see. I don't necessarily, let me just say this now, I don't copy at all. Like, it's different between, being inspired and copying. I do not copy. And so you just have to, put out, like I said, things that you want to see. I never get burnt out because I'm creating what I like, whether it's a meme, a restaurant I go to, whether the editing style is different. As long as I'm creating what makes me happy, I don't usually feel burnt out.
I love that. Now, look, there is somebody that's either watching or someone that will watch later on that they are sitting on the fence on if they should go into content creation. Does anybody want to hear what they have to say? If you could talk to them and just give them like a pep talk to jump in, what would you say to them?
I would say just put your best foot forward. It's very easy to get stuck in your head, think that you need the lights and the tripods and the big fancy heavy camera and all of that. But really all it is taking your phone out, making that first video, taking those first couple of pictures. And I promise it will go from there.
I love that. Yes, but you do have to go for it. Look, people don't even know. When I started my business, baby, I was filming off of my Android.
Yeah,
that was just the circumstance at the time. And but you do what you have to do when you want to make some things shake. And ultimately, it's about becoming, monetized. We are doing it for pleasure, but we do want to be able to reap some reward from that.
Right, exactly. And like I said, you won't make any money if you don't try, if you don't start. That's what I tell people. You got to start to get that end result.
Yeah. Girl, you dropping some gems on us today, Elajah.
I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real with the people.
Always. Now look, you just got an invitation in the comments. David, he is one of our long time listeners. He said you should come to Dallas.
I'm actually thinking of taking a foodie tour, so Dallas is definitely a stop.
Okay, are you taking guests?
Yes. Come on, girl, let's go eat. That's all you have to say.
This is the only thing that I ask. Can we please go down to New Orleans? Can we? If we could put that on the list, that's the stop. I'm pulling up to them, and I'm pulling up to Dallas because David always, when I tell you, every few weeks he's giving us a recommendation of a really good restaurant. Like, we gotta go.
Oh yeah, I would actually say besides Chicago, top two, second city with the best food for me is New Orleans. Like, that seafood and just something about that flavor, amazing.
It's just the oysters taste different down there.
They do. They do.
They really do. Like, I'm like, is it because y'all char grill them? I don't know. But David, we coming to Dallas. We putting you on the tour.
Yes, we'll be to you soon. Trust.
For real. Look, cause I'm coming as Elajah's special guest. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just here to eat. That's all I'm doing. Like, here's my card.
Hello, we two foodies together. Let's go ahead and serve us up.
Yes. Okay. She said, please bring a home run and pizza to Dallas. It's crazy. So I can give y'all a lot of recommendations. David, we'll be counting on you. Do not send us off. Don't send us off.
Okay, you know about the home run in? That's a Chicago staple right there.
It is. Look, we gotta find a way to pack it up when we go out there later. I don't think he prepared. He's not prepared.
It might be a little cold, but we got it.
We got it. So what are some other things that we can just look forward to, and then let my listeners know before you leave how we can actually purchase the coloring book.
You can look forward to even more restaurants. Besides restaurants, I also just talk about and show y'all activities and other businesses. I go to spas. I actually, sit down with nonprofits. So hopefully more community engagements and things like that as well. Like I said, hopefully I can take this on tour and we can start going more places and doing things out of Chicago. So that should be next. And you can buy my coloring book. It's on Amazon and Etsy. And, and you get, this is the final finished how it looks. It's 80 plus pages. It's going to take a minute for you to get through it.
Look at that. Okay, girl, you almost finished. Wait a minute. How much have you colored in there?
Oh,
I love it.
Like I said, I've had it for a while and I'm still getting through it. Like, it's, man.
And you got like the Chicago classics in there. Like, just, you got like the staples of the city. Come on. Oh, it was Sharks. I mixed it up. Did I say JJ's? It was JJ's too. What?
Yeah, JJ's is in there too. I got JJ, Sharks. That's what I'm like. This is for us, by us.
Okay. Well, look, Elajah, I love that you put a call to action out for any of my restaurant owners, or just if you have an experience. There are some people that it may not be food, but it may be an experience that you can partake in. If you all are interested, y'all please reach out to Elajah and go back and look at the people that she covered. She really is in the city for real. So if you all are trying to collaborate, because you already know, Elajah, I'm trying to make some deals happen for the people. Come work with the people.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you got a restaurant and you have an experience that you all want Elajah to be a part of, you know what I'm saying? Reach out to her.
Yeah. Of course, we can do like a full sit down. Like I said, if you want to have an interview yourself with me, or I could just go through your business, eat your food, and we can have a great time.
I want my interview. I would like to set something up for later this year.
Oh, you're definitely next.
For sure. Well, Elajah, let them know where they can follow you before you leave us tonight. Because look, she's a busy lady. She has to go now.
Man, you can follow me on everything. It's pretty much Let's Go Esco. So LETSGOESCO with an underscore. That's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. It is Elajah Esco. And again, my book is on Amazon and Etsy.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining me, sis. It was really great catching up with you tonight.
Oh, you got my heart.
Always. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Talk to you soon.
Bye. See, I told y'all that we was coming with some heat tonight. Now, David, you said, wait a minute. You said you buy a lot of the home run in? Home run in is good. I don't know. I never make the stuff the right way at home. I really don't. That's what I was thinking. I don't know what you're trying to girl. It's been a lot. Nisha said, Nafi South Shore Beach. Come on now, tag these businesses. Drop the businesses. Now, I have to take a quick break, but when I come back, we're going to get into tonight's Hate It and Love It. I mean, I don't know about you all. I'm excited to talk a little bit of sugar honey iced tea tonight. What are we talking about? What are we talking about tonight? It's going to be a lot to catch up on right after this break.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus-size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye. All right, y'all. It's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and it is time for tonight's Hate It and Love It. Now, look, while I have Nisha here, because she is here, she's on the show right now. And I appreciate you, since I saw your comment earlier, and I'm trying to get down to the other one. We got some other businesses tagged. David is talking about home run in, baby. It's a vibe. Understand it. But since she is here, look, I don't have the my body butter in here with me, but look. Y'all know at the Link the Lit brunch, and I'm just gonna talk about the Link the Lit brunch all the time, because I love it. I love that event. But I was able to get a jar of the body butter, y'all, the skin. And let me tell you this: look, I keep my feet pedicured. I keep myself together. But y'all know how sometimes things get a little ashy. The ankles get a little ashy. But when I apply myself in the morning, there's no ash, not a piece. Skin feels like silk when I get into bed at night. Thank you, Nisha, for making those products. Because everybody, they don't get the ingredients and the ration of things right. I'm like, baby, I need a little oil. I need a little moisture. So I'm just going to kick it off since you're on the live and just say that's the love it. For real. I literally was rubbing it on today, and I'm like, this is some good ass body butter. I literally was saying that it was absorbing into my dry ass skin, because my skin gets dry from time to time. That's okay. Y'all go check out Nourish Me. Check her out. Yes. I wish I had it in here, because I would Vanna White. I would do Vanna White with the little thing like, here y'all go. Here y'all go. But that's okay. I'm going to take a picture of it. Because, girl, look, and let me tell y'all, the presentation was off the chain, too, because I still got the bag. I'm like, damn. Come on now. Nisha stepped at the Link the Lit brunch. The display was on point, honey. Clock it. Get it together. That's the love it. When you find, and for me, girl, for one, you let me know what the next pull-up is. I can't do this weekend, but I come back from this wedding next week, I got to come pull up on you. And look, and she popping out too. So that's the beautiful thing. I'm like, where you at? You in the city? You in the burbs? What we doing? Let's do it. Let's go. Okay, we all fine. But I love when you find, like, for me, my good beauty hacks and just, my products where it's like, once I find it, I'm like, oh, my skin likes this. We're good. We're moisturized. We're in a good place. So that's the love it. I'm gonna kick it off. That a random love it, but a love it nonetheless. Now I'm full of love it's today, y'all, this week. So y'all know, MzMetchi likes to cocktail a little bit. I'm sipping on Copajn. That's my drink of choice. Shout out to my sponsor. However, my one of my favorite engineers at work, it's only two, so they're both my favorites. But he makes moonshine. He makes moonshine, and he makes flavored moonshine. Now, I know y'all like this. Dang, girl, moonshine is strong. Okay. But when you make it right, it doesn't taste too bad. So he makes an apple cinnamon moonshine. And I've been asking him about it for a while. You're welcome. Thank you. I thank you for partnering with me in October. I hope you're going to come back for the next one. I'll text you the date. Mark it on your calendar, because I want you to be there. I need you to be there, because look, we can't have the cracked skin since going into the summertime. Going into the winter. No, we're not gonna do our people like that. We're gonna help them. We're gonna help them out. But thank you. I appreciate you. But yeah, with this moonshine, he makes it in its flavor, right? It's flavor. Apple cinnamon. So I have been I'm like trying to drop down because he'll usually make us on around the holidays. I'm like, I need that before then. I need the drink before then. But I was just messing with him, not taking it seriously. We all work. People are tired. When you go home, you don't want to do all no extra stuff. So I had left it alone. Well, this week, he comes in with this gigantic lunch bag. I'm like, hey, I didn't see the lunch bag at first. I just saw him. He was in regular clothing. I'm like, what are you doing here? What's going on? What's going on? So he ended up sitting the lunch bag down. And he starts taking out the jars. We only a 3-person office. So I'm just like, okay, he's taking this out for me and my 2 teammates. No, honey. All 3 of them were for me. They were for me. For me. Okay. Me. When I tell you, I sat there, I had one of them. I had to make a video. I said, I'm like, my favorite engineer. I'm like, he brought me my moonshine. And y'all better believe that I went home that night because I had a chaotic day at work that day. It was so much going on. I came home, I was overstimulated. I'm like, I want to relax. So I poured me up a nice double shot. Very good. That's the love it this week. That's the love it. So, okay. This one is not a hated it. I don't know if it's a hated or a love it, so we'll say it's in between, but I'll share this. Do y'all ever have situations where people will, people that you were a little bit unsure about or uncertain about, okay? Just, on any level, friends, whatever, that you are already skeptical about them, right? You're just like, I'm skeptical about you. I don't know about you, young ma'am, young sir, whomever. And they stop talking to you and you're just like, at first you're kind of like, I noticed this, but then there's an immediate like, I don't care either. Between myself and just talking with just, my friends and family, everybody's kind of had a situation like that where it was kind of like the trash took itself out. And it was one of those things where you were already kind of looking at it with the side eye. You just like, I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm going to clock it real quick. And you don't say anything, you don't move, and then they remove themselves. So the love it is, the hated it probably in that is that, me and my people were having shared experiences like that this week. And I'm just like, okay, this is weird. Bye. But then, it's like when they leave, you're like, oh, this is actually great. Like, didn't even, you avoided any, weird conversations or people being weird, any weird energy. I'm all for getting the weird energy up out of my space. You have to move. We don't have time for it. We do not have time for it. No uncertainty in this season. So, but the love it is just, when the trash takes itself out. Whether if doors close, and this is not just about people. It could be either you hate your job, you despise your job, because I hate to use the word. We use hated and loved it, but not, in a bad way. But it could be that job you go to, you are miserable every day. Your department is horrible. They treat you like something out on a piece of concrete, nothing, right? And you get laid off with your food. It could be anything where it's just like the trash or the debris that is in your life. It literally takes itself out. It's a beautiful thing. And you have to be at a place of being evolved where you can really appreciate it. So that's the love it / hate it / in between. Okay. Last love it for the week. Y'all, we got back in the gym. So my coworkers and I, we have been talking about, we have an entire fitness center in the facility where we operate. We talked about working out together. We'll go on our lunch break and just go work, or just, take some time team building. We had talked about it for about 3 weeks, y'all. It was real bad. We were still all doing our own thing independently, but, it's easier to work out while you already kind of in motion. Y'all, it's been the best thing ever. That's the love it. The love it is also, you got a little bit of a small accountability group. Loving that. But we went all of this week. I felt great. It was nice to be able to come home, get my shower, get my PJ, my moo-moo. Y'all know MzMetchi keep a moo-moo. It was great to get into that and not have to do anything else afterwards. Because I thought I liked working out at night, but I don't. I don't like it. I only like to work out in the daytime while I'm doing things. I'm already on the go. Yeah. I'm trying to clock into that. Okay, let's see. She said, I need to get back in the gym. Do it. I'm telling you, if you can just get there that first day, Nisha, if you can get there that first day, the first day, you'll feel good, because it's like your body is like, okay, you wake up the next day. I might have abs if I keep doing this. And you want a moo-moo? Let me tell you the lick. You ready? Write it down. Start a memo. Nisha, the cutest moo-moos that I have. Now, y'all know, for those that don't know, of course, I'm a plus size girly, so I'll be real limited of where I can pull up to places. But, so I don't want y'all to judge, because remember, we listen and we don't judge. I don't care if y'all did. I go to City Trends for my moo-moos, Nisha. Girl, I ain't never paid over $10 for a moo-moo. And them moo-moos touch the floor. The floor. Some of them even give you a little piece you can wrap up as a headscarf. Now, I don't mess with those because I don't like the fabric. But if you want like one that's kind of cotton, it's going to have, because I like to show a little cleavage even when I'm at home. I know, y'all, I'm a hoochie through and through. Through and through. Hoochie. Hoochie. But City Trends is the one, if you go there. Foreman Mills, I see some in there, but they give grandma. But the ones at City Trends, you're going to feel like you got a little train while you in the house. Go get them. Go get them. City Trends. For real. And I promise you, if you paying over $12 for it, I would look. You could probably get that. Like mark this down. They have this at another location for $7.99. For real. I just bought one. My listeners know that a few weeks ago I had a minor procedure, so I was down for a minute, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go get me a fresh moo-moo. I literally just bought one, $8. Not joking. So yeah, that's the love it, baby. We love a good bargain. We love a good bargain over here. Now, if you haven't already, drop those businesses in the comments for me. Drop it. Drop your website. If you have music, if you have an event, I want to know what's going on in your world. My people want to know too, so we can support. When I come back, tonight's What Would You Do, y'all, is put your lighters up, grab your cocktail. You're definitely going to need it after tonight's What Would You Do? It's a little wild. Right after this break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy. All this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy. Yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy. All this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy. Yummy all in your tummy. Them more mistakes are gone. I won't do them no more. That's old news. That's new news. I done did that before. I turn nothing to something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it. More action. You just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating. No losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings. I turn that into money.
Hey y'all, it's your girl MzMetchi checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. Let's get into today's What Would You Do, where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Welcome back to Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and it's time for tonight's What Would You Do? Now, strap in for this one. Strap in for this one. With permission, I'm able to present this one to you all. This is anonymous, so we'll be kind. But we're gonna get some honest feedback here. So here it goes. And you know what? Y'all already know. Y'all already know that sometimes these are a little intense. And tonight, It's the same thing. So I am going to, if I can get this top open, I'm going to pour a little bit of Copajn. Just a tab. Just a tab. I'm doing it out of my MzMetchi shot glass. Y'all know I love my little shot glass. Y'all know when we get on TV, baby, I'm going to have some merch. I'm going to have some merch. But, you know, and the season finale is coming up. Before I read this to y'all, look, let's share. Let's share real quick. Gather. I'm really excited because the season finale for season 1 of the MzMetchi show is I'm gonna be premiering that very soon. And y'all remember when I told y'all that I filmed with a big name brand, but I couldn't speak on it at the time because I wanted to wait until it was closer to the release. Well, guess what? I can share now. And I'll just kind of raise this. One of my favorite brands, and again, you know, I know people, they talk crap about this brand, but for me, I'm into quality. I don't care what the masses like, but I am a Coach girl. I've got the purses, the shoes, the belts. I love Coach, okay? That's my brand. I've had Coach bags since I was a little girl. I kept the tradition going as an adult. I had to stop. I literally put myself in 2025 on a Coach freeze because that is how much I love Coach and how much of my funds that they were taking. But I had an opportunity to film my segment Flavor and Finds at the Coach retail store. You know, they allowed me to be able to come in to do that. And you all will see that in the season finale. I'm very excited about that segment. And y'all, I was cute as hell. Look, if you gonna go up in Coach, you can't go in Coach half stepping. And they allowed me to do that. And I will just tell you all this again before we go into tonight. What would you do? There is power in being able to network and connect with people, and not in a way where you are doing it to be an opportunist or in any type of malicious way, but there's power in being able to have your pitch of what you do. You got to be able to let people know when you get in the room, you got to be able to let them know what it is that you do. And that particular opportunity, as far as being able to film with them, that you all will see, you know, and it's not just that particular time too. Like, they don't care if I get on television or wherever. They want that visibility. And so I will be able to film more segments and continue to show you all more Flavor and Finds, you know, from that particular brand. But I'm super excited about it. Super excited. Bree is in here. What's up, Bree? Team Proud. I love y'all. Like, it was, when I tell you that night, when I because we filmed in the evening time, and that night after I was finally alone, I kind of like got real welled up, and I was like, because I'm looking at look, y'all, that night I had came in, I took off my Coach shoes, I had my Coach tote, I had my Coach purse, I had my Coach wallets. It was all there. I'm looking at all of it, and I'm just like, I'm taking off the clothes that I wore at the segment that I was filming there, and I just had a moment because I'm like, dang, it's really happening. So I'm super excited for you all to see that segment. Make sure that you tune in. I'll be dropping the details. If you haven't already, check out episode 8 that premiered this Thursday. Masha Boo was my guest, and love her down. Y'all make sure that y'all go and check it out. But the season finale, I'm super excited for that, just to present even that segment. That one alone is a standalone. It's a standalone. So I love it. Nisha said power. Yes, power. Come on now. It's power in it. Now, tonight's What Would You Do goes a little something like this. I checked my computer history and saw that my husband was watching porn. He's a man. I expect that. But his history showed that he was watching some weird things, such as bisexual husband, mature bi, ebony bi lovers, and that's concerning to me. He admitted that he gets off on that type of thing, but he's never done it and doesn't have the desire to try it. Should I get the divorce papers ready or what? In 5 years of marriage, I've never been concerned or thought anything different until now. What should I do? Because no normal man will watch gay porn and get off from it. Am I missing something? What would you do? Oh, Lord. Why did you go through those searches, girl? Look Oh my goodness. Where's my auntie puff? Ooh, y'all have me perplexed tonight. I'm starting to sweat. Jesus. Woo. Nisha said God is good. Yes, he is. And I think he's going to be needed in tonight's What Would You Do, sis? So for those that are just kind of chiming in for tonight's What Would You Do? She checked her husband's computer history and saw the categories of pornography that he likes to tune into during his off time. Look, and I don't know what way to say this, but I gotta say it. And we gonna go there. Y'all want to go there tonight? I think we gotta go there. Hold on. I'm gonna need a drink on this. What I'll say is this to this person for tonight's What Would You Do? When you go searching for things, you're gonna find that. And this is the thing. Everyone has some things that they are into that you don't just go around sharing with everyone. And whatever it is that you're into may not have any impact. You may not have engaged in it. It may not impact you in any type of way or anyone else. It's not harming anyone. People have the right to that privacy, to have whatever little things that they have going on, as long as you're not acting on it. It's not anything dealing with children, just no weird stuff. We no weird stuff. No weird stuff. While it is concerning, as far as with the bi stuff, I mean, yikes. Nisha, that when you something, yeah, she said that's deep. That's how I feel. I'm just like, this was a little sticky. Auntie Tracy said you find what you're looking for. Me personally, I wouldn't want to see that. I wouldn't want to see that. And we don't have to get too deep, but I'll just say that, in a space like that, whereas, you're watching something for your own, viewing pleasure or whatever the case is, it's some things that you just may not want your partner to know that you're into. I don't know. Any porn watchers? Let's have a real conversation. Are y'all trying to make a blueprint after dark? But no, seriously. If you watch it, and if someone went through your particular categories, they may feel like that some of your categories are a little bit weird or concerning as well. Sis. Oh, Auntie Tracy said that could be a heads up. So, because I'll say this, naturally, I have friends of both sexes, and I have heard men definitely say that, like, the bisexual porn, as far as watching two women, that's not something that is that's not something that's a problem. But I think the part as far as the men, that's what's concerning to this particular submission. I don't know. I don't know. Because, okay, if that's the case, so like if it's a woman and say if she's watching two women, does that automatically mean that she wants to do a girl? I mean, what does it mean? I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here for the purposes of tonight's What Would You Do? But yeah, it's a little, I'm going to use one of my auntie's phrases. Auntie, you're here. And I think you're going to agree with me on this. This is one of those that you might have to tuck in your purse. This might be one of those realizations that you have to go ahead and tuck. And tuck as in you're going to file that potentially as a piece of evidence. But you can't act on anything if there's nothing that's there. If he's coming in, he's a good husband to you, taking care of the house, doing all of those things, and you're not seeing any chance or opportunities where, he would potentially be, dealing with someone of the same sex, you can't really go off in anything. If you as a woman were to watch two women have sex, does that mean that you're going to go and have sex with a woman? I think that sometimes things get transposed depending on what sex it is, based off of some of those categories. my stance on it, let me give my hardcore stance respectfully for this one. I believe that as individuals, anyone has their own autonomy of how they decide to take themselves to the valley. Let's keep it clean. I'm not trying to impede on that, and that's not something that I feel the need to do research on. Whatever it is that you have as far as that's concerned is none of my business. Now, if it stumbles upon me, I may have some questions, or whatever, like, oh, you like this? What sprouted that interest? But you have to be very careful, especially when you're in a relationship, to not shame another person for their sexuality. I'm a very firm believer on that. Don't shame somebody because of what it is that they like, because it's unfamiliar to you. Because everybody has their own thought process. So, y'all know for the what would you do, we like to take it a step deeper. We like to look a little bit deeper with these. Me personally, I wouldn't have looked. As soon as I would have saw like, oh, he visited one of those little sites, whatever it was that I was going in to search for, I'm going to go back to originally what I was searching for. I have no reason to delve through any of those. Now, I'll be honest with you, y'all got to know that in my lifetime, naturally before I was married, I dated and different things. And sometimes things would find me. Never anything to this degree, not anything with the same sex, but it was some categories that it was just like, oh my God, that's a little different. I'm like, but for me, again, I cannot shame another person for what it is that they like. The only time that it's going to be a problem for me is like if it's extreme, like it's something that's involving children, it's something where it's just like, okay, what type of punishment type of thing? What is that? I don't understand that. But even then, it's just more so like I'm the type of person where I like to delve a little bit deeper. How'd you get into that? Call me whatever. But I would just more so want to know, where did that derive from versus it being like I'm shamed, we finna get divorced, I'm done, I don't want to talk to you. Like it would never move to that extreme for me, because I'm not looking at that. If anything, you show me where the bank accounts are at. Like, let's log into those and make sure that we don't have any fraud or anything like that. Yeah. Let's check, we've been experiencing a lot of things with the economy. Let's check your 401k. Yeah. You might find me in that particular part of the search history, the stuff that actually matters. But if my man is coming home, we have a good relationship, things are good, or whatever the case is, whatever he decides to do to handle his business so that he's not handling it out in the streets, that's none of my business, right? Like, as long as it's not anything that falls in those categories of something that is so extreme where it's like, I can't overlook this. This is foolishness. This is a crime. This is giving law and order has to be you. If you're not doing any of those things, how you decide to take care of yourself and your personal time is none of my business. Because please don't come and look through my searches as far as what I may visit to take me to the valley. Come on now. What? Like, what are we doing here? We too grown for that. Tracy said, what one won't do, another will. It's a chance you take when you go looking. Yeah, for me, I don't care to know. It's not my thing. She said, say it again. And for the ones that didn't hear you, yes, come on now. That's all I'm saying. So for this, what would you do? Sis, I don't think that you need to draw the divorce papers, but I do think that you need to just tuck that little tidbit in the back of your mind and keep it there in case you see other evidence that may suggest that he's into that category that he was searching. And you got to recognize, sometimes it doesn't even happen like that. Sometimes you might watch one video and it'll like click into the next one. And then now it's saved into your history. You don't know. You don't know how it works. It could have been a pop-up. He didn't spend no time at the site. It just popped up. Put it in your purse. Yes, put it in your purse. Tuck that little tidbit in your purse in case you need it. But right now, for tonight's purposes, for the what would you do this evening, I don't think that you need to move to the extreme of divorce. And my whole thing is this: open up your searches. What's taking you to the next level? I have questions. And we're not going to judge and we're not going to shame our spouse. Now me, had I stumbled upon that information and it was my spouse, I probably would bring it up in a roundabout way. I would even pose it as maybe a what would you do? But maybe I would just, ask like, what's the wildest porn category? What's the wildest one that you have in your search engine, right? Or just one of those that like you would never tell anybody, but it's just kind of like your thing. Because it may be something like, say if these videos are popping up and it's, and it's got the men or whatever, some wild things. Like, understand this. I don't know what it is in my life, but people be feeling like that they can come up and they will tell me things, and they will say things that are very, very outlandish and off the wall. But I would say this: I have only heard in my life one time, maybe once or twice. No, just about one time. Friend in the past, like, yeah, I'll tune into the stuff that the males, okay, strictly males, male on male. That he would tune into that one because he felt like that they were better. I was just saying, we're gonna be grown tonight. They were better at the stroking, right? So he's like, I'm not attracted to them, but I just felt like that the stroke game was good. I'm just like, right? But I'm just like, well, okay, like everybody has their reasoning. Like some things you shouldn't have to rationalize your sexuality. You shouldn't have to break that down and make it digestible for anybody else, spouse or not. Like it's just like, this is what takes me there, right? So everybody has their reason. You cannot judge. Don't judge, especially your spouse. Like this is your person, right? Don't be so quick to be like, oh, it's something bad. He's gay or whatever the case is. It may not even be that, sis. It may not even be that. It could have been a pop-up. It could have been a lot of different things. Get the full story before you go drawing up the divorce papers is all I'm saying. For tonight's What Would You Do? And I think that that's a good place to wrap it for tonight. For that one, we listen and we don't judge. Since you was snooping, and you definitely can't judge off the snooping, girl, you're going to blow your spot up. And then he'll go incognito and you'll never know. You'll never know anymore. Yeah. Get that together, sis. It's really okay. We'll be right back after this break.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye. Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Whew, baby, let me tell y'all this. I'm so happy it's towards the end of the week. If I would have had to do 1 to 2 more days, I don't think I would have made it, y'all. That's what's happening. What's up? We made it through the week. So now, this week, I was really, really sad to hear about this story. Did you all know Masika Kalisha? You all probably remember her from Love and Hip Hop. She, did the modeling. She's also an influencer. Well, I didn't know that that she had gotten married, and then her husband was tragically killed in a car crash this week. They have such a beautiful family. I was looking today, and I said, "Oh my goodness!" I was like, "They just a beautiful family." I mean, the pictures that they posted of them as a family, I'm just like, "Oh my goodness!" Like it's just giving black love. It's giving all of that. my heart goes out to her because, you know, we saw Masika on the show. If you all are avid loving hip hoppers like me, she went through some things on there with, you know, the people that she was dealing with. Young Berg, Lord Jesus, he took the ladies through it on them seasons that he was on. I'm just like, somebody got to go in there and fight him. Fight him. I'm like, everybody just he dating, just jump him. Jump Young Berg, no shade, no tea. We love you, Young Berg. You be making the hits, but my love, you was out there. Like we saw Masika kind of navigate in that situation. Her and Hazel, and they broke down friendships. I mean, they were the best of girlfriends. They lived together. It broke them all apart, right? We watched all of this play out, and then Fetty Wap, and just all of these different things. So she had finally found her happily ever after, and I was very, very saddened this week to read that news because I mean, wow, what is that? You know what? Kim said he was horrible. Kim, you already know, girl. We used to Kim would do our little recaps. Like, girl, did you see what happened on that? Girl, did you see how he was playing with them? He played, and she had finally. I mean, and you could just see her. You saw her glow up, and I tell you this, I love to see when the girlies leave the F boys alone. And then they find their forever, right? They find their person. When you get rid of that stank energy, like this man ain't no good. He not good. And the glow that comes after that, oh my gosh. She was in it. May that love find her again. Genuinely, because I mean, you know, even her stories that you were able to see kind of like play out in public, you could just tell it was a lot of love there. And she seems to be really, really awesome with her kids. So sending love to her and her family, you know what I'm saying, to her babies. Jesus. Okay, this, my Lord. Now, I don't know if you all have heard about this, but I do want you to be aware. Y'all know we have to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world, current events, and it's a lot of them. The National Guard is building currently something called the QRF, which stands for Quick Reaction Force. This is going to involve about a little bit over 23,000 troops that are going to be trained for crowd control and civil disturbance. They're going to be ready to deploy to all U.S. cities by early next year. So by 2026, there's going to be teams going out from this QRF group that they're putting together to manage any disturbances, i.e. protests, peaceful protests. These people are outside with dinosaur suits on. Is anybody else watching the news? Do y'all get on social media and everything and see like the people that are actually in the audience at some of these particular protests? There's no reason to deploy troops. We haven't had any tearings up of the city since COVID, right? Stay with me here. Y'all stay with me. We haven't had any of those type of disturbances in quite a while. You have your one-offs, but I mean, hell, it's over 50-something. Come on now. Of course you're going to have that. But how are y'all able to train them and y'all still haven't paid the air traffic controllers? Questions that need answers. But you all just be ready for that. It seems like that they're preparing for a rollout to send troops to all of the states for anybody that's going to rebel or do, you know, anything that they, you know, they're prepping for something, y'all. And I'm not even trying to be a fearmonger at this point, but I mean, doesn't that seem weird to you? Y'all building a whole new force and haven't paid the forces that's already on, that's still doing their jobs without pay. Tomorrow, they will be 30 days without pay. You have people that were in government jobs that are driving Ubers. I saw one guy that was outside in a suit and his hot dog stand that he did part-time on the weekends as a side hustle. He's now doing it full-time. What? Moving along. Now, another thing that's currently that they're trying to put in place is, you know, when we have to change our clock, so daylight savings time, okay, they're trying to make it where that's eliminated completely. What is going on? It hasn't passed through Congress yet. It has been stalled. It's stalled currently with them. And I can imagine that we've got bigger fish to fry than trying to figure out what we're going to do with the time. Why are we changing the system that worked? Everybody knows what time it is. I don't understand it. Now, y'all know last week I have reported about the east wing of the White House, the construction that they were doing for the new big ballroom. Well, they put out a poll this week. 2/3 of Americans disapprove with him building the ballroom. Now, I wonder if we broke those numbers down, how many of his supporters are included in that? Is it starting to make sense now that you're affected too? Just not just the people you all hate. Moving along. Now, there was a lawsuit that was filed this week coming out of LA. Okay, this was surrounding Terrell Johnson. He was 72 years old. You all, he arrived at the Fairfield by Marriott Inn near the San Jose airport. He goes to take a shower. The water boils him to death. Okay. This lawsuit came out this month. Okay. The water got as hot as 136 degrees, and it led to his untimely passing. He was just trying to take a shower to go and meet his grandchildren and was scalded by the water at this particular hotel. I just don't know what's going on out here, y'all. I really don't. To me, it's been so many crazy things. This story, even, of the last times that we were on, the stuff that happened, even at Disney that's gotten swept under the rug. No one's talking about it anymore. It's a lot of weird things that are taking place. And I will say this, when I saw this story, it disturbed me. And yes, Kim, it is horrible. She said that's terrible. Terrible. When I saw this story and it came across my timeline, y'all know I'm a corporate-preneur, so my daytime I am in property management. And when something like that happens, it's an error on all fronts, because someone should have been able to, from the administrative side, from the mechanical and engineering side, someone would have known that those temperatures were not right. You have to check on things like that. You have to have someone there that has their eyes on the machinery that pumps out either heating or air. And I'll say this: if you have a malfunction where it's getting too hot or it's not getting hot at all, that is something that you are immediately alerted to. There are a lot of people that failed that man in this particular incident. From a management point of view, I'm looking at it like, who the hell is in charge over there? So that we can make sure that they are not the general managers of anything for any place that we decide to go and visit and vacation and go parlay and lay up. Okay? We know no one's trying to go and lay up in your hotel and they're going to be scalded to death. Let's be clear. No one wants to do that. No one wants to do that. Kim said the world is a mess. A hot ass mess. Shaking my head. Yeah, this one, Nisha said, wow. When I tell you, just mouth on the floor, because I could not believe. I'm like, wait, how did that happen? And see, what he likely did was got in the shower and then turned it on. You know what I'm saying? And when you go somewhere and you don't know what the water pressure is, you don't know what none of that stuff, you have to test it. But it's just like, if you want to go, you're like, I got to get in, I got to get out. We've all done it. Everybody has hop up out the bed, and get in the shower. Like you've done that, and you just go and you turn the water on. It can happen to any of us, right? But I'm telling you all that this particular story ticked me off, because if you are having any problems as far as temperature control, that is something that is monitored on a daily basis. Your building literally can't run without checking on that. You're going to know if you're getting too much or not enough of something in whatever part of your building. Shame on them. Shame on the Fairfield. Sorry. Gotta say it. Now, You know, with the holidays coming up and so many cuts, so many things that are going on, Walmart had the nerve this week to announce their Black Friday sale and the dates and early deals. Walmart, read the room. Do you have a sale on groceries? Yeah, cheese, eggs, bread, lunch meat, chicken, chips. Do you have a sale on groceries? We done bought all the TVs, Walmart. Read the room. Read the room. Yeah, give us some vouchers or something. $25 for everybody that comes in. Baby, I would go to Walmart and get some shopping done. We got a sale on fruit, y'all. Rotisseries is $2 instead of $5. Come on, Walmart, read the room with me real quick. People don't know how they're going to eat. We don't care about tech deals right now, my love. Like, they didn't have the nerve. They funky butt sent out an email too. I'm like, no, didn't. People have to figure out how they're going to eat next month. What? Got Christmas decor out. It's nothing holly or jolly about the upcoming Christmas. People may not even be able to get home. Because how long do y'all think that these people at the airports is going to be able to work before they finally say, screw it, we're done? Like, y'all, I'm scared as hell to leave town. When I have to go, I'm like, I might have to drive back. Insane. Insane to me. It's insane. They're going to announce their Black Friday deals. Y'all was disgusted. Now, something that we should all be concerned about. I don't care. I know y'all like, we tired of hearing about current events. I don't care. Trump said on Wednesday that he has instructed the Defense Department for the United States to immediately begin testing nuclear weapons on an equal basis to China and Russia. For the record, the United States halted the explosive testing of nuclear arms in 1992. Odd. Are we clocked in? Are we clocking that? Yeah. I'm just going to say this, and I'm not trying to incite anything. Just make sure that you keep some food in your house, some tissue, some water. Keep yourself prepared. Keep your head on a swivel. Know what's going on around you. Things are getting very, very crazy right now. And it was like, when I read that, I'm like, since 1992, that was the year before my sister was born. She is whole grown at this point. She's an adult. We're all adults. 1992? Come on. Why are we bringing this back up? Why do we want to test any of that? Make it make sense. They didn't just let a monkey out this week that had hepatitis. And this is not a joke, y'all. These are real stories that's happening in the United States right now. Still on the loose. And y'all, please correct me if they caught this monkey before I went live. I did not get that information. But as far as what I know, it was about 5 or 6 monkeys that got let loose. One of them is still running around freely. This is what y'all focused on. How do we have the money for this? But it's babies that's not going to eat next month. People are trying to figure out mothers that are going to go hungry. I saw a TikTok where it said that in this food shortage and the things that's going to happen, it's going to be the mothers that's going to go without. We can't have that. And I just want to say this as far as what's happening, what's up. Look, I'm going to make it a point, and I need y'all to help me for real, because we want to be able to provide resources. Y'all know, and especially as Black people, we are a proud group. We're proud. It's somebody's stomach that's going to be rumbling over these next few weeks to months, or however long it's going to take for them to get stuff back on track, okay? somebody's stomach is going to be rumbling. We got to put together some resources. If you hear about a food pantry or anything where it could help, please send it and I will reshare it. Tag me and I will reshare it. And I'm for real. I don't care, even if it's not in your city, like, right? Like, you know, if it's in the South Suburban area and you happen to see it, please tag me so that I can share it with anybody that may need those resources. And hell, let's be honest, y'all. We all a couple, you know, one or a few checks away from being in some hard positions. In hard positions now, trying to navigate the hard positions that we're in. So we have to help each other. It's going to be about community this time around with the things that they are doing. And David, I couldn't agree with you more. He said we live in a Simpson episode. Yeah. What's going on right now is real. Now, I just told you all in the earlier stories, they're trying to deploy troops to come out for civil unrest. They're trying to prepare. So that things are about to get a little bit desolate. So what we have to do is that we have to come together. If you don't know the people that you live next to, that's on your block or whatever the case is, let's have some community. Let's do some of those things. Get locked in. Learn people's names. You don't know if y'all gonna need to lean on each other. They might need to lean on you. You might need to lean on them. And that's all that I can say. You know, I just, it pains me every week, some of these stories that I have to share with y'all, because I just feel like I wouldn't be doing my due diligence on the show if I didn't share it. But I don't know. David, you funny as hell. He said, I've never been in an apocalypse before. What do I wear? Is it like going out to garden clothes, professional work clothes, weekend cleaning clothes? Man, look, get you some boots that's made for walking, some durable jeans, ammo. Okay. Get locked in, y'all. Now, after this break, we're going to close out with the topic of the night and get on up out of here, because I don't know about y'all. I'm hungry. We'll be back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you could treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Learn more about MzMetchi today. She's an entrepreneur, host of the Blueprint Live, media personality, professional brand ambassador, brand talent manager, commercial real estate professional, event host, beauty and fashion influencer, marketing and promotions professional. Learn more about MzMetchi by visiting MzMetchi.com for more information.
Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. And of course, we're going to close out with our topic, becoming the main character in your own story. So look, y'all know, look, MzMetchi loves to talk, but I love having really, really good conversations with my girlfriends. Like, honestly, I wish I could bring all of them together so we could do a podcast or something. Especially this one that I know she's on this live right now, Kim G. I've been trying to get her. I'm going to get her on audio or something, because I need, if you all, Kim, they would arrest us. But one of the topics that came up this week for just within our girl time, and even with a few of my other girlfriends too, just as we were kind of powwowing this week, was, you know, about maintaining that main character thing in your own life. And it really sprouted from conversations where, you know, you could see yourself kind of navigating and you're being everything for everyone else, right? But rarely reserving that time for yourself or putting that energy back into yourself. So I really wanted to talk about that, because I, of course, in my life had those moments where it's like, wait a minute. When did I take myself off being the star of my own show? not of anyone else's. This is not one of those things. This is all about self. But just recognizing that in life, whether if you're a mom or if you are a business owner or like myself, like there's been plenty of times where like my job or just different things, I'm like, this is taking the forefront and I don't like the way that this feels. It's really about kind of overcoming that, and whether if it's, you know, with just different situations that you're in, relationships, sometimes it could be with family. You could even be helping people to chase their dreams and forget your own dream, right? Like, I mean, you ever played second fiddle before? It happens. So I really wanted to, you know, talk about how sometimes we don't even recognize that we kind of stepped off of that pedestal within our own lives and just how easily it can happen. Now, I've had it, like I said, happen in just different sectors in my life. And of course, I think the ones that's the most profound, and it happened maybe like in my younger years, was within dating and relationship, where it's just like, okay, like I feel like I've kind of gotten out of, you know, just me as the individual, and I'm totally enthralled within the situation. You have to step back. You know, the first step is like, you know, stepping back and like not blaming yourself for getting off course, but getting back on course. That's personally what I think. And then, you know, something I had to learn in this, as far as maintaining being the main character, you cannot play the role that people give you. Okay, people will be comfortable with you being the helper, you being the therapist, you being all of those things. Feel free to always switch it up as the main character. Okay, always be willing. You don't have to stay confined in any box that anybody puts you in. And let me tell y'all this: I've been put in some of those boxes too, where it's just like you're around, you know, you're gonna help us set up, you're gonna help us clean up, you're gonna help do this, you're gonna help do that. No, I'm not. I'm gone already. Whatever it is that you feel like you need to do, you don't have to play on any role that anyone gives you. You're never stuck in that. You can play into it if you want to, just for the plot, but you don't have to. And, you know, something that I had to learn, and y'all, let's keep it a buck. In your life, to maintain and become that main character in your own life, if you do feel a little bit displaced, it's recognizing that your story, your experience, your lens of how you view life, it is important. It deserves investment. It deserves that, right? You're not selfish for prioritizing yourself. And that was definitely a problem for me, baby. I would be running, going here, going there, sprouting myself like I was an octopus. And then when you turn around, you are not getting even a percentage of that back. There were some pivotal moments for me where I recognized like who my tribe was, where, you know, and outside of it being my tribe, just like people that kind of pushed me back into like, hey, you got to step back into your glow. When everything happened, as far as even with the endometriosis stuff, y'all, 2023, when I tell you, I look back on them shows, I was sitting up here, I was all like puffy and inflamed. I really had like real stuff going on, right? But when you have the right tribe around you, they care about your experience and how life is actually going for you. So even if, you know, it was a conversation, and when I say main character, you can't be the person that get on the phone with your friends and family and you only talk about yourself. You have to leave space for your friends and family to also talk about them being the main characters in their lives too. We don't do one-sided here, right? But it was my people that when I was allowed to share my story or to share what life was like from my experience, that they were able to kind of push me and give me a boost when I was down, y'all. I was down for real. And they like, no, girl, you got to remember what you said you was going to do. You got to get up. You got to do it. You need that. You need that sometimes. You could do it by yourself. Granted, understand, I'm all for the independent. Do all of that. Okay, that's cool. But it's nothing like having your tribe and people that they care about your story. They care about what it is that you do. It makes a hell of a difference. Now, becoming the main character also is going to involve, you have to choose scenes that feed you and not drain you. And I can sit here and be 100% honest with y'all that I have been a part of some things that has drained me in my life. For real. Stuff that is just like, oh, honey, when you think about it, oh my goodness, it's scathing. Oh, it makes you cringe when you think about some of the things that you went through when you were not in your main character energy. And now it's like getting on the other side of that, I'm like, okay, nothing could touch me like that again. I can't be in places like that. I used to go early in my media career to a lot of different events that it was like straight up, I was just straight up uncomfortable. I'm like, I'm not comfortable here. I'm not comfortable here at all. At all. I don't want to be here. You don't have to attend any event, any argument, or fix any situation or perform for anybody. Tip, because we're giving out tips tonight. And I need y'all to understand that all of these are definitely things that I had to tap into as well, because again, I would go into spaces, or even if you stay in situations, friendships, relationships, the things that they are long past their expiration date, it's going to hurt you going out. It's going to drain the hell out of you before it fills you back up. Before you leave, before you say that final goodbye, it's going to drain the life out of you if you allow it to. But when you in your main character energy, some stuff can't touch you because it cannot even get that close to you. Baby. Understand this. The last thing that I will speak on with this before we close out is that the glow up is always internal before it's external. It really is. And when I tell you a walking testimony for that, let me be real. So, you know, whenever people see me, they be like, damn, girl, you lost so much weight. And I have. Thank you to Live Long Health. Shout out to my sponsor. Okay. Shout out to Live Long Health. I changed my life after I learned the things that was going on with me. I've changed my diet. I don't do things the same way. I be having my little sip, but I need y'all to know I really only sip maybe like once or twice. I don't even drink like how I used to. I don't do those things because I'm in a different space. But I'll tell you this, 2023 was the year that kicked my ass straight up. Kicked it up and down. I got jumped by 2023, which was fine. But in that, I had to fix the things internally that felt wrong. I had to fix the stuff that was inside before I took the leap to say, you know what, now I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready to work on the physical part. I had to fix what was in my mind and in my heart at that time. The glow up is going to always be internal. You becoming the main character in your own story is going to always start with you digging down to the roots of why you stepped off of the pedestal of being the main character in your life in the first place. Get to the root, baby. I promise you. People that know what their problems are, but they don't want to get down to the root, because understand the root going to come with some tears. It's going to come with some grief. It's going to come with some bad memories. You got to get to the root in order to get in that glow up of being the main character in your life. Because at some point, like I said, you stepped off that pedestal, right? You stepped off for being the own main character in your own life. If you do not get to the root of what that looks like and fix it internally, find the wound, fix the wound, bandage the wound, stitch it, do whatever it is that you need to do. But until you find the root of it, you can't be the main character, because you'll be stuck at that same place where that you're not going back to explore. You're not going to be able to connect the dots. It's the glow up, and being the main character is always internal first. And I'll tell y'all this, I just have so much peace after going on some of the journeys that I've had to go on, and just the different experiences that I've had to have. And even now, I'm still in the midst of some of those things. But it's when I know that I'm in a situation and I'm just like, I'm triggered. Because y'all know this, I'll tell y'all, and if you've been a long time listener to Blueprint Live, y'all know I always say, I'm like, hi y'all, I'm MzMetchi, and I'm a former people pleaser. I had to get to the root of why I was doing that silly stuff in the first place, because I don't have to please you. I'm here to please the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's all. As long as I'm not disappointing him, I don't care about. I care about what you feel if you my people, right? I ain't gonna never do nothing flawed towards you. But what I'm saying is that if me living my own life, I'm the character in my story. This is my movie, my motion picture, okay? And I'm doing this. I'm not doing anything for you. I had to get to the root of, when did you start doing that stuff in the first place? Oh, and the stuff that it brought up, I was like this. Oh, you look at your own self like, damn, that was down bad. So when it pokes out now, I'm like, oh no. That's not giving main character. And it's certain things that I'm still working through. I don't sit here as perfect, like I'm fully healed and I'm the main character of my life every day. No, I'm not. I have played second fiddle, backseat, all types of stuff in situations I definitely should not have. We all have. But it's about how quickly you can identify that you're going in the wrong lane and get it back on track. That's how I feel. Let me get into some of these comments. So Nisha, she put, you got to go through every emotion. It's so important. It's so important because, a lot of the times we experience the anger, the sadness, but you got to go through everything. Allow yourself to experience the joy after you've overcome too. It's every emotion that's involved with getting down to the root of it. It's necessary. Totally agree. She added, sometimes you have to walk through the journey alone. And you know what? You do. And it's hard. And you have to distance yourself and do those things. And the only thing that I will say as far as with that, I'm all for, I got a couple friends that's on what we call sabbaticals. They're on sabbaticals. I'm taking one for myself as well. But they're on sabbaticals currently where they are, very minimal conversation. Haven't seen them. But they're taking the time that they need for themselves. If you have your tribe or you have people that they're going to come looking for you if you go quiet, I would just say that the best advice I can give in becoming the main character energy and still taking that time for yourself, just let your people that love you, the real ones that love you, not social media. Social media don't need to know you're taking a break from social media. We don't care. But we talking about your actual people, the people that's going to look for you in the daytime with a flashlight. Let them know I'm taking some time. And you don't owe anybody that. Nobody is saying that. But the people that love you, because let me tell y'all, one of my friends that started to take a sabbatical, I'm like, I'm looking for you. You okay? Yeah. Are you okay? Because again, we just had a certain rhythm within that friendship where I'm just like, are you good? If Kim G go missing, Kim, you on here? If Kim go missing, Kayla, where's your mama? Kim probably got about a grace. Kim got a grace of about 72 hours. And I'm gonna just be like, you've been relatively quiet, friend. But in your main character energy, you absolutely have that right. Take that time to yourself, in order to do whatever work you need to do for your glow up. End it there. I know for myself, if I were to have a movie right now, I'm kind of liking how the things are going, but there's some scenes on there, oh my goodness, that I would want to cut. Egregious. I would want to do it. But, you cannot star in your own story and try to, be a feature in somebody else's. It's all about your main character energy. So I'll leave it there. We're going to close out with our quote of the night as soon as we come back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you could treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and we are about to close out with the quote of the night. If you haven't already, do me a favor. Just real quick, y'all. Real quick. Follow me on social media. Follow the MzMetchi page as well as the BP Media Co. Y'all know I follow back. I would love to support, and drop your businesses in the comments if you have not already. I know I've held you all here for a long time, but I think we have some great conversation, and thank you for everyone that just kind of jumped in there. But Tonight's quote of the night was really, I tell you all that the quotes find me. So this particular one, it found me. And I thought that it was in perfect alignment with tonight's topic as far as being the main character in your life and in your story. So every day you have a choice. You can focus on the countless reasons to feel upset and discouraged, or you can shift your attention to countless reasons to feel grateful and joyful. The power is always in your focus. Choose wisely. I don't know who that's for tonight, but I hope that that particular one touched you as much as it touched me. I even had some challenges that came my way today, or just some things where it's like, you ever read something and I got big eyes, so it'd be like, I feel like my eyes are popping out my head. I cannot believe that my eyes have seen this. I've definitely, had those moments, and I can't even say it's being upset or discouraged, but just where it's like things that just kind of, they take you aback a little bit. I, in those times, find myself just looking for something to be grateful for. So, in that moment, even when I read it, I was like, I'm thankful that I have my cell phone that I can read this from. Thankful for my phone. Thankful for my internet service. Whatever it is, find a reason to just have some joy, some laughter in your life. Always be grateful. It's about where you focus your time and your attention and your efforts on. If it's things that are going to uplift you and inspire you, focus on that. If it's things that's going to drain you, get rid of that. That's not main character energy. It's not. It's just not. And that's okay. Even if you're in a phase where you might not be the main character right now because you're trying to tip off so many hats, you're doing all of these different things, you are still the main character in your story. Make it worth living, and just find joy in the little things, please. It's the only thing I can say to you. Thank you so much to Elajah Esco that came on to be my special guest for the evening. Love her down. You all make sure that you get her coloring book. I will get that link and share it. I shared it earlier this week, but I want to reshare it again. So, you all can color as adults. Okay, this is not just for the children, but make sure that you all grab a copy. Definitely we want to support our Chicagoland content creators as much as we can. So if you all do have a business, or you have a restaurant, you have anything that you want for her to come and highlight, she's making her way around the city and getting out there and getting those reviews for places. So you better make sure you step. Okay, if you're gonna have her come in the building. But shout out to you, Elajah, for coming on. My good sis, I can't wait to have you back at the brunch. Everyone that tuned in tonight through our Facebook and our YouTube feed and just contributed to the conversation. We had Nourish Me in the building. Come on now. Yes. And I'm going to make sure I'm going to include it because y'all know I take pictures of my look every week. I'm going to make sure I take a picture with it and tag her page so that you all will be able to go and purchase your body butters. And, I'm hoping that she'll be able to, I'm going to send her the date, but I'm hoping she'll be able to join us for the next Linked and Lit brunch because it's certainly going to be linked and lit. Okay. It's going to be linked and lit. Thank you, David, so much for tuning in. Always from Cedar Hill, Texas. Love it. Now, I will be out next week because, look, one of my friends, my really, really dear friend, she is getting married, honey. And we're going to be able to travel out to New York. I've never been. So I'm super excited. I'm going to be on fleek. Just know that. Just know I'm going to be on fleek. My husband going to be on fleek. We're going to be on fleek. They don't even use that word no more, but that's what we going to be. Okay, we're going to be outside. So I'm super ready for that. Thank you, Nisha. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all. And until next time, bye.
Thank you for tuning into the Blueprint Live. I'm your girl, MzMetchi. Make sure that you're following me on all platforms at MzMetchi and at the BP Media Co. See y'all next week. Okay, bye.